शैलेशदयापात्रं धीभक्त्यादिगुणार्णवं यतीन्द्रप्रवणं वन्दे रम्यजामातरं मुनिम्. Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha, Srimadvaravaramuneye Namaha, Shri Baladanvi Gurave Namaha. In our recent episodes of Shri Shabdham, we have been exploring everyday encounters with Emperuman, where we draw similarities between Emperuman and some of those day-to-day objects that we see around us. This treasure was given to us by Sri U.Ve Prathivadi Bayangaram Annagarachariyar. We started with Emperuman and water, and in our previous episode, we explored Emperuman and rain cloud. We drew two similarities, that is, just like a rain cloud goes from place to place and showers, Emperuman comes and showers grace on us. And the second similarity is, as long as there is lightning, it will rain. Similarly, as long as Emperuman is with Pirati, he will shower grace. We also saw examples for these 2 points, and today we will continue with our next comparison between Emperuman and rain clouds. We ended our previous episode stating that Emperuman felt really bad and guilty for not gracing one of his devotees. And the question at hand is, who was it? In his Krishnavataram, there is a heart-wrenching incident involving his beloved devotee Draupadi. Krishna himself says, Runam yetat pravardam me hridayana Yad govindeti sukrosha Krishna mam duravasinam. Krishna, with so much guilt, says, when Draupadi surrendered and cried out, Hey Govinda, save me from this disgrace, I couldn't reach her in time due to distance. This leaves an unending depth in my heart, filling me with remorse. Swami Pillai Lokacharyar beautifully notes that Krishna tirelessly sought to make up for this his entire life. It was only for Draupadi's sake that Krishna even helped the Panchapandavas. Krishna was so angry at the Pandavas for silently witnessing Draupadi's humiliation that he was even willing to kill them. பாண்டவர்களையும் நிரசிக்க பிராப்தமாயிருக்க வைத்தது திரௌபதியினுடைய மங்கள சூத்திரத்திற்காக. So, Krishna overcame the anger just to protect Draupadi's மங்கள சூத்திரம். அர்ஜுனனுக்கு தூத்ய சாரத்தியங்கள் பண்ணிற்றும் பிரபத்தி உபதேசம் பண்ணிற்றும் இவளுக்காக. Even Arjuna was able to hear Sri Bhagavad Gita first hand only because of Draupadi. The Pandavas did hit the jackpot thanks to Draupadi. They became the lucky winners of Emperuman's surprise grace bonanza. But Emperuman did feel bad for not showering his grace on time for Draupadi, and very similar to how a cloud will feel very bad for not raining. Yes, at times, Emperuman's grace is a lot like unexpected luck. It's constantly there, yet its timing is as unpredictable as weather forecasters trying to foresee rain. We might hear in the news that it's going to be a big downpour, and we would be so happy that we can get a day off from work or school. But what happened? As you might brace for a downpour and wake up for sunny skies. Or you will gear up for a beach outing only to get hit by an out-of-nowhere thunderstorm. And just like how we can get deafening thunder but not a single drop of rain, Emperuman also loves to keep us guessing and waiting for his grace. Nammalvar beautifully captures this predicament. He says, Vandai pole varadai, varadai pole varuvane. The first statement, Vandai pole varadai. appearing yet not arriving. So, this is applicable for Swami Nammalvar himself. He sits under the Tiruppuliya Maram and constantly meditates upon Emperuman. As he does that, he has a lot of experiences and he's so elated by all the experiences. He even feels union with the Emperuman. But the moment he opens his eyes, he realizes all those experiences were just Manasanubhavam. That is, it's just happening in his thoughts, in his mind, but it was not a physical experience. It was not Pratyaksham. So this is why it led Alvar to say, Vandai pole varadai. It felt as if he was there, but he's not there. It's such a sad state for Alvar. But in the case of those who have not surrendered to Krishna, when they think, oh, this Krishna, he is just within our reach, let's say like Duryodhana or somebody like that who thinks it's so easy to conquer Krishna, he will absolutely make it a point to remain outside their reach. A classic example is when Sri Krishna refused to accept the hospitality of ego-driven Duryodhana. He went all the way to the doorsteps of his home but did not enter his house. But on the other hand, Varadai pole varuvane, which is coming as if not arriving. So when the one who has surrendered to him thinks, oh, this Krishna is so hard to reach, he will never be reachable, for those type of devotees, he quickly arrives and it's at one's disposal. Sri Vidurar, who offered Madittadavada Soru, Sri Guha Perumal, Kuselar, Sabari are a few of the innumerable devotees who got unexpected grace of Emperuman. Another classic example is Apeksha Nirapekshamaha Tavina Sri Vamanavataram. When he took the Vamana and when he decided to become the Trivikrama, he placed his divine feet, Tiruvadi, on every single soul in all the worlds without them asking. And he came on his own and he just graced. Nobody knew he was going to come and grace. So this is an example of Varadai Pole Varuvan. So with this, we are done with our fourth comparison between the rain cloud and Emperuman. That is, as much as rain can be unexpected, Emperuman will also shower his grace unexpectedly. This undeniably confirms that his grace cannot be forced, no matter how much effort we put into digging a well or how earnestly we plead. It doesn't guarantee a rain from the cloud, isn't it? Very simple. It rains when it wants to. Likewise, Emperuman showers his grace when he wills to. We just cannot compel him. This is our fifth comparison point. A classic example that we cannot compel Emperuman to grace is taken from Srimad Valmiki Ramayanam, where we see the story of Sri Bharadhalvan. He says, Ebischa sachivaihi sardham shirasa yachito maya bratuhu shishyasya dhasasya prasadam kartum arhasi. Adiyan will now split this slogam because it's very beautiful and it's so important to understand. Here, Sri Bharadhalvan says, Arhasi, you out or you should or you are expected or you are duty bound kartum to grant prasadam, this grace. He says, Hey Rama, you should grant us this grace. Bratuhu, to your brother, who is also your Sishya, who is also your Dhasa, that is slave. And how did he ask for it? Yachita Shirasa, he prostrated at the divine feet of Emperuman, Sri Rama, and he pleads. He pleads, cries, and uses all strategies he possibly can to persuade Sri Rama to return to Ayodhya and take over the kingdom. This Bharata Sharanagati was not fulfilled because it was against Deva Sharanagati. Because the Devas had already pleaded to Sri Rama to annihilate Ravana. So, Emperuman, that is Ishwara's Hridayam in his heart, he had to keep the promise that he made for Devas and hence overlooked the Sharanagati that Bharata made. At the end, only Sri Rama's Manoratham, that is the will to stay in the forest and fulfill his purpose of avataram, prevailed. Shirasa yachita tasya vachanam na kritam maya. Sri Rama profusely refused his request but still provided some solace by handing him his padukas. Yet what we have to remember is the Bharata's desire. Sakhamam anavapyaiva. The Bharata's desire remained unfulfilled. Whereas on the other hand, Sri Gajendra Alvan cried for help, and that cry was promptly answered by Emperuman. He came running alaikulaya talaikulaya from Sri Vaikuntham directly to redeem him. Again, that was his will, which cannot be questioned. With this, we see that Emperuman's grace cannot be compelled. But are we not fortunate to be under the fold of Emperumanar Swami Raamanujaya, who graces unconditionally? So now, let's hear a beautiful song from Ramanuja Nutrandadi, which sings the glory of how compassionate Swami Ramanuja, who is also like a cloud to us. We will continue our comparison of Emperuman and rain clouds next week. Until then, Dhanyasmi, Srimathae Raamanujaya Namaha.
Kare karunai Raamanujaya ikkadalidathil aare arivar நின்னருளின் தன்மை அல்லலுக்கு நேரே உறைவிடம் நான் வந்து நீ என்னை உய்த்த பின் உன் சீரே உயிர்க்குயிராய் அடியேற்கின்னு தித்திக்குமே உன் சீரே உயிர்க்குயிராய் அடியேற்கின்று தித்திக்குமே தித்திக்குமே